press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Okay, hello my dear students. Let us continue from the previous class. One is excess pressure we have studied for a single interface between air liquid 2T by R. Excess pressure, that is delta P is 2T by R, and one more 4T by R, that is we have proved. For a liquid drop, this is for a soap bubble liquid drop, or this is also for a air bubble in a liquid. And we concluded that pressure at concave side is always greater than at convex side. If you understood yesterday class, it is well and good. The same formula can be recalled with some ready formula. We have one formula to find excess pressure. So that excess pressure is given by the formula T into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. T into bracket 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. For liquid drop, there is only one interface between liquid and air. So therefore this formula delta P is taken as 1 into T 1 by R plus 1 by R. Taking a common radius, so that is equal to 2T divided by R. For a soap bubble, two surfaces in contact, two free surfaces in contact, the same what we have written, the delta excess pressure, 2 times of the same formula T into 1 by R plus 1 by R. 1 by R plus 1 by R is 2 by R. This is 2 by R. 2 into 2, 4T by R. Yesterday we have proved that, if you remember that, it is well and good. But for our exam purpose, for competitive, it is very essential to memorize the formula. Now, last important, for a cylindrical shape of a liquid between two glass plates. Means, let us say you have two glass plates. In between them you have a liquid. Assume that there is a glass plate. On this you have placed some liquid. Say water. On this there is one more glass plate. Glass plate 1, glass plate 2. Between the two glass plate, if you have a liquid, now can you remove or can you separate the two glass plate easily? It is interlocked, my dear students. It is very difficult to separate one plate from the other whenever there is a liquid. There is some strong force of attraction between the glass plates. For that, if you observe the shape of the liquid, if I just say I have separated by applying some force, this is glass plate 1, glass plate 2. When it is separated, the shape of the liquid looks somewhat concave outside, convex inside the liquid. This is what we said, cylindrical shape. Let us say D is the separation between the plates and R is the radius. R is the radius, D is the separation. Therefore, I can write here D is equal to 2R, or the radius of meniscus is D by 2. Shape, it looks like a concave. We call that as a meniscus. Concave shape. We call that as meniscus. Of radius how much? D by 2. D is the separation between the glass plates. For this, there is a excess pressure. Excess pressure is given by T into 1 by R. There is only one interface between liquid and air. Air ಮತ್ತು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಐದರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಟಾಪ್ ಆರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಗೂ ಏರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ 1 into T by R. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ R ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. R2 is equal to infinity for plain glass sheet. For a plain sheet, radius doesn't exist, my dear students. R should be taken as equal to infinity. For a plain glass sheet, radius of curvature is infinity, and any number by infinity is 0. Therefore, for a cylindrical shape of liquid between the two glass plate, the excess pressure with this, what is this? T divided by R. So, T divided by R. Very important questions, my dear students. What you are learning is for the competitive. General expression for excess pressure. Okay, now they are asking in the same problem, find force of attraction between the glass plates. Again, general formula is excess pressure is T into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. For this shape, for cylindrical shape of liquid between the glass plate, only one interface between liquid and air, T. 1 by 1 surface is spherical of radius R, other one is infinity. For a plain glass sheet, for this R equal to infinity, any number by infinity is 0, so T divided by R. So, excess pressure is T divided by R. Again, pressure formula is force by area. Force by area equal to T by R. They are asking the force, so area TA divided by R. In this R, I can substitute here, R is equal to D by 2, where D is separation between the plates. R is D by 2. So that is 2TA divided by d. One answer. Among 4 options, the force of attraction between the glass plate. Or they may ask, my dear students, force required to separate the glass plates. Separate the glass plates. You can take this. Force of attraction between the glass plate is 4 options, 2TA by d. The force required to separate the glass plate is 2TA by d. Again, this answer may be changed like this. F is equal to 2T, I write here, my dear students, force 2TA by d. The same formula is arranged like this, 2TA into d divided by d square. Multiply and divide by d. What A represents? A is the area between the plates. Area between the plates. Area multiplied by the distance between the plates gives what? Volume. Area multiplied by distance between the plates gives the volume. Therefore, another answer is 2TV divided by d square. So, in competitive papers, this type of problem definitely you will get. What is that? Force of attraction between the 2 liquids when there is a liquid between them, or the force by which the 2 glass plates can be separated when there is a liquid between the 2 glass plates. They will give data, my dear students. Area of cross section is 2 centimeters square. Separation between them is 1 centimeter. Surface tension of water. Surface tension of water, they will give 0.7 Newton per meter. They given D is given, A is given, T. Then find force. So substitute 2T A divided by D. Next problem is, this is a problem what we have studied. Next one is, find new radius when 2 soap bubbles of radii R1 and R2, saying that R1 is greater than R2, are coalesced. When 2 soap bubbles of radii R1 and R2 combine together, coalesced means combined together, what is the radius of the new bubble? Means one air bubble will coalesce with another bubble of radius R1, this is of radius R2. Then they are asking radius of the bigger bubble once they combined. They are going to combine because of excess pressure. So since for a soap bubble, delta P is 4T by, here my dear student, they have given R, take this as R itself. Capital R ಬರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಡೇಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೋಣ. Since R1 is greater than R2 and excess pressure are inversely proportional, they are inversely proportional. Therefore, delta P2 is greater than delta P1. So what happens now with this? Delta P2 minus delta P1 gives the new pressure, change in pressure. These two bubbles gets combined because of difference in pressure. So new pressure, that is again a soap bubble, 4T by R. Excess pressure for soap bubble is 4T by R. First, here both of same liquid, T is constant here. T surface tension is constant for a given fluid. 4T by R2 minus 4T by R1. So what cancels here? 4T cancels, that implies 1 by R is equal to 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1. Dear students, take LCM. R1, R2, numerator, R1 minus R2. Again take the reciprocal. So therefore, the final answer for this is R is equal to, taking reciprocal of this, R1, R2 divided by R1 minus R2. If suppose they give R1 is 5 centimeter, R2 is 3 centimeter, then R will be equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2. So 15 divided by 2, so that is the new radius. That you can answer very easily. Two soap bubbles are combined because of difference in pressure. And here delta P and R are inversely proportional. As R1 is greater than R2, delta P2 is greater than delta P1. Smaller the radius, greater the pressure. ಇದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದರ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. R2 ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಪಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಭಾಳ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಐಸೋಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ ದಿಸ್. For isothermal condition, that means temperature remains constant. A process, you can take that, a process in which there is change in pressure and volume, change in pressure and volume, at constant temperature. Constant temperature. And it is given by the formula PV is equal to nRT ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. P is pressure, V is volume, N number of moles. My dear students, you have learnt in chemistry class. R is universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. That is 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. Key capital T is absolute temperature. Sir, ಇಲ್ಲಿ term ನಾವು surface tension ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ isothermal conditions, the temperature remain constant, so you must take that as a T. Now what the question is, two gas bubbles are combined under isothermal conditions having N1 mole of gas and N2 mole of gas. There are two gas molecules of N1 and N2 molecules combined to form a bigger molecule. So since both molecules combine to form a big molecule, I write N is equal to N1 plus N2. Here what N represents here? Number of moles. Therefore N is equal to what you can write? PV divided by RT. So for this PV by RT equals to N1 P1 V1. R is constant, T is constant. Universal gas constant is constant. Capital T is constant because isothermal condition ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Plus P2 V2 divided by RT. ಏನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? RT ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆದರೆ PV is equal to P1 V1 plus P2 V2. ಸರ್ ಏನು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? You are finding the radius of the new bubble when two gas bubbles are combined to form a bigger drop. Instead of saying, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟೂ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. Therefore excess pressure should be given by the formula 40 by R only. ಬಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕೂಡ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸೊ PV is equal to, sir if you understood this you can go directly this one P1 V1 plus P2 V2. P into V, excess pressure for surface tension ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬೋಣ. ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸೇ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಈಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೋದು. 4S. Let us say here you can take sigma or S. 4S by R. Just to avoid confusion with this T. E problem is matra. Okay. Now 4S divided by R into volume 4 by 3 pi R cube. P pressure 4S by R, 4T by R, volume 4 by 3 pi R cube. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ 14 ಇರಲಿ, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು P1 4S by R1. Same nature, therefore I take S is constant into volume V1 4 by 3 pi R1 cube plus 4S. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋಣ ನೀಟಾಗಿ. P 1 V1, P2 V2, P into V. Start. First fluid 4S by R, 4T by R. Volume 4 by 3 pi R1 cube. Pressure into volume plus. For the second bubble 4S by R2 into 4 by 3 pi R2 cube equal to new pressure 4S divided by R. Nature of substance is same, surface tension remains constant into 4 by 3 pi R cube. So what cancels here? 4 by 3, 4 pi by 3 cancels. 4S, 4S. Common ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ, ಕಾಮನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. R1 cube by R. So you will get R1 square plus here R2 square. In the right side, one of this cancels, cancel ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿದಿರೋದು ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2, R2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2, R1 R2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So R1 square plus R2 square is equal to R square. Therefore radius of the new bubble is equal to root of R1 square plus R2 square. Under which condition? Isothermal condition. ನೋಡಿಪ್ಪ, all these problems are important. Understand the concepts. ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. Once you understood the concept, speed up your calculation. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಥರ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. R is equal to R1 R2 by R1 minus R2 ಒಂದು ಥರ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಥರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ R1 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ R2 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Under isothermal condition, R1 is say 4 centimeter, R2 is 3 centimeter. Find R anta kelidre, so your answer directly you can write root of 4 square plus 3 square, that is 16 plus 9 root 25. Therefore radius is 5 centimeter. You can answer quickly once you practice well. Once you are entering into the entrance examination, recall for an isothermal condition, having this, okay, I have studied perfectly, I know the formula perfectly. Here just pressure difference, here they are combined because of pressure difference. They have not given any isothermal conditions or adiabatic. No condition is given. They have given only R1 is greater than R2. In this formula, we have studied that. Just recall the concept. Next, my dear students, take heading shape of meniscus. Shape of meniscus. To understand the shape of meniscus, we should have the concept of type of forces. Intermolecular force of attraction between same or similar kind of molecules is known as cohesive. force. Force of attraction between molecules of same kind. So all these chalk particles are attracted. There is a cohesive force between the chalk particles. Water molecule, a drop of water, a drop of mercury, force of attraction between similar kind of molecule is called cohesive force. So example, as we told, force between chalk particles. Force between water molecules. Force between, say, mercury molecules. Intermolecular force of attraction between molecules of same substance. Second one, adhesive force. Force of attraction between the molecules of two different substances. You can take that. Force of attraction between the molecules of two different substances. So example, we write on a board, chalk particles attract towards the board. That is a force of attraction between, you say, chalk and board material. Chalk particles adhere, stick onto the board. Second, say for a best example, paint will stick onto the wall, or you can say wooden plank. Force of attraction between, say, paint will stick. You can paint the wall, you can paint the wooden board. Ink will stick to the paper. When you spray water onto a glass plate wets. ನೀರನ್ನ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಚೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. When a water is sprayed on a cloth gets wet. Water stick to the cloth. The force of attraction between the molecules of two different substances is called adhesive force. So depending on the nature of force, the shape of the meniscus will change when it is taken to a beaker. After understanding this, say you have a beaker, say, which is made of glass beaker, you say, or glass vessel. When you pour water stick to the wall of the container. ನೀರು ಗ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಅಂಟಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. So on this, if with the help of a traveling microscope, if you observe the contact between water and the glass, if you observe, it is somewhat curved. It is not flat here, my dear students. It is somewhat curved. Means at the point of contact, the shape of the liquid, what we say, it is upward is concave. This shape we call as concave meniscus. Yes, CUS. In case of cohesive liquid, whenever a type of liquid wet the glass, when it adhere to the glass plate, the shape of the meniscus is concave. Why? Because when we observe the forces here, there we will get one adhesive force, ADH you can say, adhesive force, and one more, the resultant of, there is some cohesive force between the molecules here. Each molecules will have some force of attraction between the other, what we call as a cohesive force. Adhesive force is greater than that of cohesive force, such that the resultant of these two, Fr I say, if I observe the resultant of a cohesive force with this, Fr is the resultant. My dear students, Fr is the resultant of how many forces? Two forces, one adhesive force and cohesive force. If adhesive force become greater than the cohesive force, then the shape of the meniscus is concave. For concave meniscus, adhesive force is always greater than the cohesive force. The shape of the meniscus, what we observe, is known as concave. This is concave meniscus. Similarly, reverse. Suppose if a cohesive force is more than adhesive, means if say liquid does not wet, this is one condition is over. Mercury ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, simple. Mercury ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಗ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಅಂಟದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Mercury does not wet the glass plate. Second one, for convex meniscus, what I should say, cohesive force is greater than adhesive force. So after learning this, first one I redraw for better understanding. F adhesive, there is a cohesive, the resultant of these two will be outside. Resultant should be outside, then only the shape will be concave. This will be concave. Okay. Now for a convex meniscus, take this same glass plate, glass beaker. Here it was water, my dear students. In the earlier case it is water. Now we take a mercury. This is entirely mercury. Mercury does not wet the glass means mercury is more cohesive. That does not stick to the glass plate. And if you observe this here, what you will observe is the resultant of the two forces. That is, one is cohesive force and other one is adhesive. This is F adhesive. And one more, I take the resultant. This is cohesive force. FC you can say. And just draw the parallelogram to understand the resultant force. This is the resultant force. Now this resultant of these two forces is inside the fluid. Here it is outside. So what it suggests is liquid is more cohesive. When liquid is more cohesive, if you observe this shape is what is this? Convex meniscus. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ವು ಅಂದರೆ the shape of the meniscus will be plain. Last for a plain meniscus, you must say both cohesive force, say FC, must be is equal to F adhesive. Cohesive force must be is equal to adhesive force. On that case, the shape it looks like a plane. Then you will get the resultant is along the vertical. Resultant will be along the vertical. Next, my dear students, discussion is angle of contact. So, you understand clearly with the help of meniscus, shape of meniscus, what we have learned, the same idea you can apply here. You take a beaker filled with say water. So I have taken water here. Water is more adhesive. Means water wets the glass. Water wets the glass. When it adhere, just we have studied, my dear students, there is a concave meniscus. To understand clearly, I have written concave meniscus. And we should take an angle here. this angle of contact. To understand what this theta, understand the geometry clearly. When water stick to glass plate, due to surface tension, there is a small rise in the level of fluid at the point of contact. When water stick to the glass plate, there is a small rise in the fluid due to surface tension, that is F is equal to, let us say, T into L. Due to surface tension, a small rise in the fluid, and the tangential force drawn at the point of contact to the liquid. Liquid surface ಗೆ tangent draw ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And the angle measured inside the liquid is called angle of contact. Because of adhesive property, there is rise, small rise in the level of the fluid at the point of contact with whom? Glass plate. There is a point of contact here between glass plate and the surface of the liquid. Surface of the liquid, at the point of contact, draw a tangent. Where? Draw a tangent at the point of contact to the surface of liquid. And this theta should be measured inside the liquid. And this inside liquid agalla. This is the surface of water. This is water surface. This is glass plate. Between glass plate and the tangent, and this angle is called angle of contact. ಇನ್ನು ನೀಟ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Say this is what you say liquid, which wets the glass plate. To the glass plate, at the point of contact, draw the tangent, and the angle measured inside the liquid, not outside the liquid, and this angle is called angle of contact. This is in case of, say, cohesive liquid. For cohesive liquid like water, for this angle of contact is less than 90 degree, and for pure water, or sometimes they give distilled water, this angle of contact should be taken is equal to 0. For a cohesive liquid, angle of contact is less than 90. Draw a tangent to the liquid surface at the point of contact. Measure the angle inside the liquid. We call that as angle of contact. Artha agli anta. Definition kalsanante. Next, let us take, say, here water is more adhesive. 1 second. Here, sorry. Water is more adhesive. Therefore, for adhesive liquid, here I have written, the one which will wet the glass, ಯಾವುದು ನೀರನ್ನು ಚೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Water will easily stick on the glass plate. For such liquids, theta is less than 90. Next one, for cohesive liquid. Like mercury, theta is greater than 90. For mercury it is around 135 degree. Andre, if I take a glass plate, when you spray a mercury, mercury does not stick. It looks like somewhat spherical. Does not wet the glass plate. Means mercury is not adhesive. Does not wet the glass plate. Mercury does not wet the glass plate. So on such cases where you should draw a tangent at the point of contact, you have to start a line from the point of contact to the surface of fluid, and measure the angle inside the liquid. And this angle is greater than 90. Such a fluid or liquid is called cohesive liquid. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಕೊಹೆಸಿವ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲೇ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. See here what happens, what type of meniscus it is? Convex meniscus. And draw a tangent at the point of contact. At the point of contact, draw a tangent to the surface of liquid and measure the angle inside the liquid. This theta is called angle of contact. Either you understand this diagram or a previous. ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Now you see the definition of angle of contact. ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು? ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆಂಟ್. ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆಂಟ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? You can take that. It is the angle between the glass plate and the tangent drawn to free surface of liquid and measured inside the liquid. Measured inside the liquid. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಬರೀರಪ್ಪ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Mercury, theta greater than 90. For pure water, theta is 0. No, only for adhesive liquid, theta is less than 90. It is acute angle. Acute ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Less than 90. ಇದು ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ 90 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಪ್ಟ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೀವು ಕಲಿಯಬಹುದು. Okay, my dear students, with this, let us complete. Last one more concept is left. Capillarity. Capillary action, which is caused due to the property of surface tension. There is a rise in the flow of water through fine roots of a stem or a plant, through a stem of a plant or a tree, due to the property of surface tension that rise in the level of liquid, rise in the level of liquid due to or caused due to the property of surface tension is called capillarity, and that we shall study in the next class. That will be the last class for your fluid mechanics. Thank you. Take care.